What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I just wanted to talk about this real quick and get your thoughts on it. I wasn't even really going to speak on this subject because I just really felt like it was a little bit like, there's no there. But after checking the story out more in detail on the Sandra Rose blog, because I did see the clips on Instagram of Simone Biles' husband saying that he was a catch. And honestly, I didn't listen to it because I just really didn't care. But Simone Biles, we know she is a gold medalist, Olympic winning gymnast who is absolutely amazing. And she just recently got married to her husband, Jonathan Owens. And so the story, I'm just going to read it as it is written. Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens, is tired of being referred to as Simone Biles' husband all the time. Owens set Twitter X on fire after he appeared to diss his famous wife in a new interview on the Pivot podcast. He insisted he's the catch and he didn't know who she was when they first met on a dating app. Owen said he never really paid attention to gymnastics, so he didn't know who she was when she first popped up on the dating app. I swiped her and it said we matched, said Owens. He described leaving for a workout and returning to find likes from Biles on Instagram. When he didn't respond, she sent him a DM. I didn't know who she was, but the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good. Biles, who was sitting next to Owens, grinned like a Cheshire cat as he described meeting her on the dating app. The Pivot co-hosts Channing Crowder and Ryan Clark were skeptical of Owens' story, but he insisted he was in camp when Biles won the Olympics. Owens said Biles wasted no time driving 45 minutes to meet him face to face. So you was really the catch, asked Clark. I always say the man is the catch, Owens responded. Meanwhile, Twitter X is going in on Owens for disrespecting Biles, who was just named the app's the AP's, I should say, Female Athlete of the Year for the third time. She beat out Iowa's Caitlin Clark and others for the honor. Many fans said they had no idea who Jonathan Owens was until Biles introduced him to her fans. One person wrote, "Get you a man that talks about you the way Travis Kelce speaks about Taylor Swift, not how Jonathan Owens spoke about Simone Biles. She deserves better." Another person wrote, "Nigga, your name is Simone Biles' husband. How you the catch?" Oh my God. But I wanted to talk about this because she just recently did a tweet or a thread, whatever. It said, y'all want me to be insecure so bad. I don't know who she's speaking to, but that's why I wanted to talk about this briefly. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because clearly she's bothered by people's opinions and views in response to what her husband said about her and their relationship. And she's still very, very much so in the honeymoon phase. Come back to us in 7 years, 10 years if you make it, 15. But girl, I don't even think they've been married a year yet. So, and they may have been, I don't know, because I don't follow them. And honestly, I just really don't care. But I wanted to talk about this because she is a beautiful young lady, but I'm going to be just sharing my beautifully honest views. Beautiful young lady, extremely talented, obviously. So it's like having all of that in your deck of cards in your life, it should seem to, be that you could fairly easily get with someone that has the looks that you want, has the career that you would desire for them to have, living the type of life and lifestyle that you would want for them to have. But let's just be honest, she is a young African American woman with a certain skin tone. And even though I believe she is a beautiful young lady, sometimes people like her that has everything going for themselves except for lighter skin and very fine or, 3A, 3B, 3C curl pattern isn't seen as a catch. And so for him to say in that interview that he always sees the man as a catch and he didn't really know who she was, and then he went and looked her up on Instagram and saw she had a bunch of followers and this and that and the other, then it makes him, honestly, it makes him look like an opportunist. And I don't follow her on social media, but I am definitely aware of who she is. I definitely didn't know who he was. Still don't even know who he is. To be honest with you, I'm one of those people that's probably in the camp of that Simone Biles' husband and wouldn't even know unless he was in a picture with her, because he's not someone that is that outstandingly recognizable. But because he's got a lighter skin tone, and I'm sure she probably wants to have children. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm not trying to be negative. She probably wanted to meet someone that she could be in a relationship with that are going to give her some children that are not going to come out looking exactly like her because of the insecurities that she has. Because when she did that statement, whether it's a tweet or a thread, whatever platform it was done on, for her to say, y'all want me to be insecure so bad, I felt like it spoke to her own insecurities. Because most people who really don't have the insecurities like that are not going to come out and say something like that. You just move on, live your life, ignore, delete and block if necessary, if it comes to that, but not come out and make a statement like that. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because him being on that podcast and making the statement that he made, that is something that happened or came out on social media, I should say, several days ago. This, in my opinion, just made it a little bit worse to me. And it's a bit sad. I. But, some people are of the thoughts and opinions that she shouldn't even be speaking on this. And I could say, I agree with that. You can't tell someone what to say and what not to say. But I do believe that she feels somewhat insecure and maybe low-key a little bit threatened. And I was laughing when I was reading the blog post about this because the way it was written. And then when you watch the clip, because she is there with him, so it wasn't like he was just there by himself speaking what he spoke. She was sitting right next to him when he said what he said. So when the blogger wrote, she was sitting there next to him, grinning like a Cheshire cat. And then if you watch the video and you see that, it honestly is a bit of a perfect explanation. If you never watched the video, just to read what was said, it definitely describes it to a T. And that's just pretty sad. Because I feel like more people would have more respect for her if they saw her sitting there and she just had like a stern look on her face, or looked at him like, nigga, are you crazy? Or okay, whatever. Or just like shoved him a little bit, maybe in a joking manner to say, boy, you so crazy. Okay, whatever. But to see her sitting there like grinning, all the white teeth showing, looking up at him adoringly and admirably and smiling at him as he says that, it's like, wow. The insecurities are there, and clearly it's showing. And so for her to come out and make that statement, y'all want me to be insecure so bad. And I think there was another either tweet or post or whatever she did prior to that I didn't really pay that much attention to. But it was basically responding to the people that had comments about what he said, where she was just pretty much like, y'all can say whatever you want to say. I'm happy over here. So go out there and get your own man. Hopefully you can get a ring. It was like something along the lines of that. And I was like, Okay, girl. You haven't been married that long, and no one's here wishing anything negative on your marriage and on your relationship. But maybe this isn't something that you want to do on social media. Maybe this isn't something that you want to be addressing. And I'm not saying she has to keep her relationship secret or private, but this just isn't a good look. And it does, in my personal opinion, speak to the insecurities that she embodies. But I mean, they're both clearly young and immature and never been married before. And there's no guidebook really or anything like that when it comes to relationships and especially marriages. And yeah, it could be honorable for him to marry her, but who's worth more? I hope she has a very ironclad, clear-cut prenup, because I'm sorry, even if he felt like that and had those thoughts, I just don't feel that it was an appropriate thing for him to say, and with her sitting right there next to him. So her coming out and responding after those clips of the podcast and what he had to say went viral, and her responding, putting up, a post from their wedding talking about mood and just, showing how amazingly happy they are. Yeah, because you're at a wedding, and that's the problem. A lot of people who get married, they focus on the wedding and not so much the marriage and the relationship. But, like that old saying goes, if you like it, I love it. So no hard feelings on my end. I really don't care. But I just wanted to speak to this situation because when she just recently comes out to say, y'all want me to be insecure so bad. If you wanted to come out and respond to it immediately with the photo from your wedding reception, just showing how blissfully happy the both of you are, and you're just so aligned with each other and so in tune with each other one's feelings, then leave it at that. But then to come out again to say, y'all want me to be insecure so bad, it's like, girl, you're showing your insecurities at this point. So there's really nothing we can do about that. If you like it, I love it. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye. Don't wanna talk, don't